So Gladel was our rat, was he? And he's already been executed?
Yep,
Afraid so.
by the magic.
The two of them were the only ones who left the soiree early. Sounds like Gladel overstepped, and Lady Juna and the new lad had to fight him down.
Or it could have been the other way around.
Too right. Dead can't speak, after all, and we've no other witnesses to the scene.
Now hold on.
Gladel was a right prolific candidate. We know the king's magic protected him. Their story goes that he attacked them and got petrified to death for it. If that's true, the boy'd have to have the stand-in for it.
That fact is no longer in question. I received a report a short while ago. They say your face has emerged on the king's rock.
So it is on the stone
Your
now.
stunt with the Sanctoress earned you some renown.
Okay, so it is on the rock now.
Good for you, pup.
Thanks, but okay, I don't care much for Fidelio, but I kind of like Basilio. I kind of like him.
And that's how the magic got to Gladel.
Seems we were in more danger than we knew, but the risk paid off.
One wonders what you stopped Gladel from doing. What was he after there?
Who knows? We were hardly in a position to ask.
Wonder if he was on old Forden's payroll.
Nah. He'd been at that monk Godot's neck since the race had barely started. Tried to snuff him out in the wilds too, not anywhere he'd have had an audience.
No matter. Forden has been kind enough to whip the people into a frenzy over this race. I'll step in and reap what he so graciously sowed. From here on, you will serve as my eyes and ears.
Understood.
Understood.
Let us see what scheme Forden devises for the next task. Until then, you may take your ease in the city.
Oh, and with Gladel out with the rubbish, might I promote him to the role of my chauffeur?
She's joining the group now, isn't
Are
she?
you serious?
Is it so strange? He does have his own gauntlet runner. In fact, I'd better go make sure it's up to my standards.
Let her do as she pleases.
Does Louise even have any suspicions on her?
What's wrong, Del? Looking a bit green around the gills.
We know he
Gladel's
doesn't
an
trust us.
ambitious man, yeah, but is that enough to justify him looting Count Luis's personal quarters? What was in it for him? All right.
Yep, its ranking's up to 20. Reaching again, the expedition saved me. All that remains is to break the prince's curse using the formula.
Sorry for barging in. A bit late for introductions, I expect. What? You haven't told them about me yet?
Well, you probably just got here.
I can't tell them what you haven't told me.
So, can I assume that you are one of us? That is, we too stand alongside Count Luis, but how to say it?
I think you and I were after the same thing in old Luis's room. You really weren't told.
Don't tell me you're the other agent Grius mentioned.
Grius. Is he the one who died at the Grand Cathedral? I'm
Yep.
sorry. They kept the final
So I was
details
right.
confidential, so I never really knew who the other agent was.
So I was right. She actually is working for an organization that's keeping the prince safe.
But I understand the objective well enough. The curse on His Highness the Prince can't be lifted by conventional methods. So we either kill the caster or get the formula.
I see. So you and Grius were the two prongs of the operation. You get the formula, he hunts the caster.
Makes sense. That's why you're so close with Louise. Also, you can get the formula, while Grius was trying to do the other part, which is possibly killing the caster, which we know failed completely.
Ever since the King's magic made it impossible to kill Luis, I've been ready to meet up with a new contact. I just wasn't expecting one so young. If I hadn't learnt the fairy messenger's name was Gallica, I'd never have realized it was you.
I'm pretty shocked myself. I never figured the big famous songstress would be on our side. And I thought you and Luis were... you were his...
It's all a ruse.
His lady love. God, no. I wouldn't be caught dead in that madman's quarters unless it was to rob him blind. No. Luis keeps me close because he likes my voice. That's all. He made the lines of that relationship quite clear, with no room for messier entanglements.
Okay.
I think that clears up your place here. But I have to say, you're risking a lot for a side job. Why go to these lengths when you've so much to lose?
At first, it was just coincidence. I tend to find myself in honored company, and I happened to be around where a resistance operative was doing a spot of recon.
So, in sooth, you were strong-armed into this?
What? No. Quite the other. I requested to join. When fate beckons, one can't just turn her away.
Okay.
A singer's whole self is built off all she experiences. This seemed like a chance for a once-in-a-lifetime inspiration for my art. And nobody else had a plausible way or reason to get close to Luis. So, you could say our interests aligned.
All that just so you could grow as a singer. You really are devoted, and fearless to boot.
I know what I put my life on the line for, that's all. You all have something like that, don't you?
And yours in the
A
background
devotion
just,
that anyone else might see as foolish.
Ha! The girl's bold as brass. No wonder she's got all the crown's subjects by the heartstrings, eh?
Well, half of it might be because of my birth. A Nydia girl's got to be bold to step out into this world at all. Though it's hard for most people to understand why. Singing is everything to me. To truly stir even a single soul, I'd take that over 1,000 of the church's accolades. Well, anyhow, that's what's going on with me. I'll stick close to Luis for now so he doesn't start suspecting anything. Any objections? Captain?
fine by me.
Sure, fine by me.
I knew you were the sort of man who knows what to say. Glad to meet you as a proper comrade.
Plus, we need to see about your archetype, because we need to see what all different masks we can do. So we'll need to stop by the
Well, didn't see
academia
that
to
coming.
see what all we can do.
But I guess we've got another ally now. Our journey looked pretty precarious at first, but it's gone surprisingly smoothly.
I wouldn't exactly say smoothly, but
I'll
it's
do
going.
my best to help too. Let's see this through.
Of course. She's got a strong term short. Oh hey, is the bond gonna go up? Nice.
Gotta get
Okay,
back on
reduce the mana cost studying mage lineage. Nice.
track. Anyway, welcome aboard, Juna. Oh, right! Let's decipher the formula we found. Hopefully we can finally break the curse.
Do we even know anyone who can read the blasted thing? I love
Maybe
a good
more?
blueprint, but this formula leaves me a tad glazed, what?
Actually, Grius's notebook mentioned a Rella in the margins. Seems like he had it in mind to bring it to her.
Uh-oh. I think, isn't Rella Juna's sister?
The girl they call the Saint?
Saint Rella. Indeed, she would be the most qualified. After the attack on His Highness, we sent for the kingdom's best healer. It was she who answered our summons, and she who saved His Highness from certain death.
Hold on, the best healer in the kingdom? That attack was over 10 years ago. That so-called saint looked about my age.
Rella was a prodigal talent. One of the most gifted at the Mage Academy. Even as a child, she outclassed her teachers with an igniter.
Wait, you know her?
She's your sister.
I'm afraid she's a bit out of our reach now, though. She left a while ago to return to her work at the royal capital. We couldn't manage such a trip under Luis's gaze.
Well, a trip to the royal capital would hardly put us out.
Yeah,
Not just
yeah, we can
us,
teleport.
with a bit of magic.
Oh yeah, we should probably tell Juna we can teleport.
No, really, it's dashing convenient.
There are some conditions, but we can travel instantly to a few specific places.
Well, no sense waiting. Let's be off. Right. All yours.
Yep, a little bit of teleportation magic. So is Rella on our side as well, or? Yep, here we go, back in Grand Trad.
You actually did it! We're at the royal capital.
Yep.
Wait. How did you do that?
Magic.
Don't shout in the streets, would you?
How can I not? Do you know how incredible this is? What are you people?
Hey, look! Isn't that the songstress?
And now we're creating a scene.
It's the Lady Tuna. Oh, I've always wanted to shake her hand. Oh, hell.
Yeah, what do you think was gonna happen? You're basically a celebrity in this universe.
What
What do you think was gonna happen?
If word gets out that you were seen here, it'll be hard to explain yourself later on.
True.
Rella works at the church on Main Street. I'll lead the way.
You know your way around, eh?
Wait, this Rella's a world-class healer, and she's working as a local doctor.
Is that uncommon?
Igniters are not known for their use in healing. Indeed, 'tis a virtually impossible feat, often reserved for the nobility. I'd have expected Saint Rella to serve the court only.
If she turned down that prestige in the name of helping the common folk, then I suppose she really has earned her saintly titles.
Come on, let's hurry on.
What do you make of all this, Captain? If we ask her to decipher the curse, we risk exposing our identities and our aims. Do you trust her?
Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to meet her first. Actually, it seems like we have no choice but to trust her.
Just have to trust her.
Even though I think we should probably just give the curse formula to Moore. He's a very educated guy. He might be able to decipher without us having to talk to Rella.
You're right. And if it's misplaced, we'll just have to be ready.
If you say so, then let's get on.
Let's hurry.
She'd be at the church. Let's hurry. Okay, but first, let's do a save, because we did fight a boss and did a whole dungeon section. Because I think she might be able to help us with the curse.
Terribly sorry. Putting some elixirs away. Be with you in a moment.
Yes, Rilla.
Hello. How can I help you? Juna.
Long time no see. Sorry for all of us storming the place.
Yep.
And you're the one who was at the exhibition.
Yep, that'll be us.
Right. Now that you all know each other's names, Rella is my older sister.
We know this already.
Adopted sister, that is. Her family took me in. Though don't spread it around. The public doesn't know, and we don't know who tried to exploit it.
It's been forever, Juna. I'm so sorry. I really was planning to meet you after the opening ceremony.
I understand. You were attending to Sanctifex Forden until Brylehaven. But that's wonderful. Such deft social climbing even puts Father's efforts to shame, eh?
Oh, social climbing. Glad to make your acquaintance. I am Rella Cygnus. I'm a healer. But somehow, I doubt that's why you're here.
Yep, we're here because we
Actually,
think you might be
there's
able to help
something
us.
we'd like you to look at.
Yep, the curse.
Where did you get this?
I know it's asking a lot, but could you share anything you know? Without asking too many questions?
I've seen something like this before. I'd never forget. Objectively speaking, the magic involved is a direct inversion of a healing spell. Popularly known as a curse.
Well, I got that much already.
I suppose that stands to reason.
Yep.
Pardon the late introduction. I am Hulkenberg, a Knight of the Crown. As you may have guessed, that is the formula to the curse that slew His Royal Highness, the Prince.
Hold on!
The death of His Highness was a tragedy, one I would see repaid in full. As His Royal Guard, 'tis my duty to punish the treasonous snake responsible. Then, surely, the man who penned this was Luis.
Look, what happened at the exhibition? We were trying to get closer to Luis. You're a holy woman, so I couldn't ask your forgiveness. But if you could at least understand.
The Lady Joanna's penitence was sincere. To hear her, I thought it must be so. It was Forden who chose such a terrible punishment. That was what scared me.
Makes sense.
Oh, Rella.
I'm a bit relieved. I heard rumors Luis had swept you off your feet and you'd been hanging on his arm since. Oh, I worried for you so, Juna. I see now I needn't have given it a second thought.
Of course. I am Juani's Cygnus, and my life is...
Yes, your life is your own, I know. Just make sure you're not causing trouble for everyone else. I suppose this is another dramatic and risky gesture? Like when you ran away from home in a frenzy of passion, declaring you'd take the stage or die trying.
Well, he definitely took the stage.
Well, sort of. Maybe, yes, but... Oh, you didn't have to put it like that.
They really are siblings.
I've looked over the formula. From what I can tell, this spell's effects are enduring. As long as the magic source continues to exist, the effect shall never fade.
So no matter what, we need to kill Luis.
The trouble is, while most curses simply consume the magic released in the moment's casting, this one is designed to perpetually draw on the magic of the caster.
So as long as Luis lives, it doesn't matter where his victims run and hide. Sounds just like him.
Yeah, that's gonna make things more difficult.
But I'm afraid even if His Highness still lived, I don't think anyone could have broken the curse using this.
Crap.
This formula isn't complete. It's a mere outline, clearly jotted from memory. I couldn't tell you how to lift the curse from this alone.
What?
Then... I'm sorry I couldn't be of any help.
No, you've done plenty. Especially since we're the ones who sprang this on you.
Yeah?
Pardon me, young man. May I say one last thing? You're a friend of hers, aren't you? Please, keep Juna safe.
She won't need it.
Strong enough to do that herself.
She is. I know she's far stronger than I am.
Especially now that she has an archetype.
She'll charge headlong into any danger, so please.
Speak of which, we need to check out what all her new archetype can even do.
I'll be here for the foreseeable
But we gotta do that to
future.
Academia.
Any friend of Juna is welcome here, so stop by any time you like.
The curse is impossible to break?
In fact, just outright killing Luis. Yeah, that makes things a lot more difficult.
Did I miss a funeral? I've never seen you lot so gloomy.
What do we do now?
The only way left is to take down Luis himself.
The impossibility of that is precisely what led us here, Stroll. And now, we are no further than when we started.
Yeah, that's gonna be possible to take him down, even if he didn't have the shielding of
Plenty
the
assassins
King's
have
magic.
come to Luis, but the King's magic works every time. They all died frozen in agony.
Even if we could fight him properly, do we stand a chance? The man's an unparalleled master of both martial and magic arts.
This might be the end.
Still, we have to stop Luis, no matter what. The royal magic's not an absolute shield. It cost Gladel his life. We've just got to maintain the trust we've earned from Luis, and eventually we'll get our chance.
For now, he told us to wait until the race's next task is announced.
Then we'll have to do just that.
We'll have some time on our hand, probably do some
I'm
side quest.
spooked from all this brainstorming. I could use a break in the Gauntlet Runner.
Continue out in public, we might attract crowd. We can't risk Luis catching on fire in the royal capital. At least for Dale, ask her to stay in the runner away from prying eyes.
Well, I must say I'm impressed. You have enough beds to accommodate this many people.
Yes, as much as they grumble about cramped quarters.
Apologies. 'Tis hardly accommodation worthy of a diva. And I confess the ride itself is often jarring.
At the very least, I'll be happy with a bath. You have a room for that, I trust?
Right this way, milady.
Well, no point getting reckless now. Let's think about this some more tomorrow.
Sounds like a plan, Gallica.
By the way, what have you been doing all this time, Eurus?
Thinking, mostly. Been having a good old ponder ever since I saw Luis's Skyrunner in the air. Always been my dream to fly on wings, you see. Not with any of this magic levitatory.
Levitatory?
Then you come with this teleportation. made me start wondering if there was any ballet point at all to my flight theory, what? A long while back, I did a flight experiment to prove my theory was sound. Failed spectacularly, though, and got myself all crunched up in the process. I was still in bed, midway through my convalescence, when they told me I was to be demoted.
Why? Can I go to bed now? Come on. Don't be rude.
I didn't know.
Between us, old boy, my flight theory's complete. Principles are sound and tested. All that's left are the practicals, incorporating it into the gauntlet runner. But ever since that accident, I suppose I've been afraid to move forward with it. Afraid of failure.
Makes sense, everyone is.
And the rest of our merry band are risking your very lives for the prince. Here I sit moping, And the way I see it, your teleportation can only take us places we've been. If we want to see new horizons, we'll need to take to the skies. It'll take time, no doubt, but I'll put my very soul into it. No shortcuts. And when I fly, I'll do it my way.
You can change or add members to your party from party options. In the menu, press X and form group up to 4. Okay, so even though we have Juna in our group now, we can only hold on to 4 party members. Reserve members gain less experience at the end of battle. If an active participant, so you can never move the protagonist. Okay, yeah.
So?
Let's rest around today. Our plans didn't pan out, but we should just concentrate on getting our strength back for now.
What now?
Let us check our party. Who could we change Juna with? Maybe Heismay? I don't know. We still need to go to Academia and even see what all we can even do. How do we... Can we get to Academia from here, or... Yep, hold on. Looks like it's down here. Yeah, we need to head to Academia first. See what all there is to Juna's archetype. The Masked Dancer. It seems you've another new ally, and it's time quite the unexpected character at that. Your ally's awakening has revealed a new archetype called the Masked Dancer. It holds a power both unique and interesting. Prepare a special experiment to enhance its potential to the highest level. Should you desire to hear more, I have a lecture prepared for you if you'd like to listen by all means. Why, it's an archetype I ask for you for a demonstration? Yeah. We need to talk. Yeah, function locked, special experiments. Yeah, okay. Create items that certain archetypes utilize during battle. You can get materials necessary for special experiments from enemies in battle.
Welcome.
Yeah, we need to see what these special experiments are. Because we have a few different mask stuff, but it looks like... Okay. I see. So yeah, it seems like we can give the Masked Dancer the abilities of a different archetype depending on what mask they are wearing. Right now, I think the Seeker mask is what she has on. We can also give her the Mage's mask, Warrior's mask, and it looks like the Thief mask as well. Okay, well right now she has, I think, the Seeker mask on, which I think I'd rather her keep that for now, but I'll go ahead and at least make one of each other kind of mask for now. Just to switch and bounce, see what all we can even do with them. Yeah, Warrior's mask. Yeah, this is a cool idea for an archetype. I'm curious to know if she can change mask mid-fight. If she can, that'd be amazing. That could be a real game changer. Okay, let us actually check out. How do we even... Is that counts like an equipment we can change for her? It is. Okay, so it counts as an accessory. Okay, let me see what happens if we put on... Yeah, okay, so we give you the Mage mask. It still gives you only these ones? Wait, no. Okay, Blizz and the normal stuff. Okay, let's switch it out with the warrior's mask. Slicer and critical strike. And if we do the thief's mask, dark sword and Mudun. I think for now we'll give you the... Yeah, we'll give you the thief's mask for now. Do we have any other gear we can really give you that no one else is using right now? Yeah, I guess we give you this. What about armors? I don't think we have any other kind of fan, so there we go. Wait, hold on. Is Juna the only one who can use that specific archetype? Interesting. Yeah, it looks like Juna is the only one who can use that archetype. Okay, so it needs to be level 20, and then you get to level 10 on Faker. Okay, interesting.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, we'll definitely be giving that a bit of a try. Okay, I think that's enough for now. Let's go back up, rest up, and we'll see what we can do tomorrow.
Sure.
Good night.
Rest well. Finding it hard to sleep. As good a time as any for some reading, I guess.
Oh, good. You're still awake. What's the matter?
Something on your mind?
Something on your mind?
No, not in particular. Once we're back tomorrow, I'll sneak the formula back into Luis's room. Even if he suspected us, he'd never work out that we got to the capital and showed it to Rella in a single night. He won't find out about our mission.
Probably have June return any Magla keys we got on Vitradrius too, just to be safe. I'll give them to her later.
You know, I'm a bit surprised. I thought I was fine doing all that infiltration at Luis's place. Turns out I wasn't. Finally having others who know the truth, and having gotten to see my sister. I didn't realize how exhausted I am. And you personally saved me from danger back there. I'm terribly grateful to you. You're lucky, really. I'll have you know I'm rarely this candid. That's the forbidden text you mentioned in Luis's room, is it? I've seen him reading it from time to time. What's it like? Can I read a bit of it?
Sure. We kind of let everyone else read some of it.
The prevailing culture of the world is one of freedom in all things. No faith, fealty, or philosophy enforces ideology. All are free to create, and all are free to embrace those creations. This culture's influence spreads throughout the world. It is even said that a song of peace was powerful enough to bring an end to war. Oh, how inspiring. It's hard to imagine that a single song could be so influential. I wonder what the world would be like if a song really could reach all people's hearts. No matter their status or Nidia. We're all liars, you know. Everyone told us we were inherently worthless. Just a fact of our birth. So I learned some glamours to make myself at least look valuable. This form. It's all just a fancy disguise, really. A gilded mask for the world to admire. Or not. No, do forgive me. That was all lies, lies, lies.
No, that was the truth. Explains why your archetype is the masked dancer.
I don't think it's necessarily a good idea to reveal yourself entirely. But you should always have the freedom to. If these new powers are to give form to my ideals, I want to create a world where we can appreciate each other's freedom. I'll make sure everyone hears that in my songs, no matter what happens.
Trying to talk to the knight?
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
How many more days do we even have left before it's gone for the prince?
Now, prepare to hear the race's next challenge. Let's find out where our fierce competitors are bound. To recap, the 20 candidates with the current highest approval on the King's Rock will be the only ones to proceed. All others will be disqualified. I'd say the results of the exhibition are sure to have spread by now. Let's have a look at the standings, shall we? In first place, the undisputed winner, bane of sea monsters and savior of the people, our very own Sanctifex Forden! And the traitor Luis in second, despite not actually being in the race. But in third, we have the warrior monk captain, Master Guido! Furthermore...
In the end, everyone but Luis is just representing the Sanctus Church.
Except for us.
What's your point? I dare say that's a relief. We'll finally be done with all this chaos. A return to normalcy.
Ha! Normalcy. Funny how it's only the rich who miss how things used to be. But now Count Luis has the people behind him. He'll save the common man.
Yes, we're all keeping our ears out for a response from Luis's faction. But we do have one standout who's seen a stunning jump in popularity since the exhibition. The lad responsible for exposing the sins of the Sanctoress Joanna. Valiant human slayer. Yes, it's the young elder.
Yep, us.
Right. Wasn't expecting that one. Nameless to famous in a single night. Just like that, he's in the top 20.
Oi, crier man. Where's the windbag? The one what acted all high and mighty over a tiny human head.
Who? Oh, right, that Gladel or something. No sign of him.
Oh, yeah, he's dead. He's very much dead. No, he didn't. Well, I mean, technically he did drop out. That's because he dead.
Really was all talk then. A disgrace to the root, son. Hiding his inadequacy behind Luis's authority.
But the boy candidate isn't the only one in the spotlight. We've a rising star by the name of Katharina.
Of course she's up there, nice.
Here's that girl. I hear she plans to put a price on every wealthy head if she takes the throne.
And what's wrong with that? If they're sitting on most of the kingdom's money, they can afford to hire a little extra security every day. Let them sweat it out.
Now here's a surprise. We've got a Mastari candidate still in the running. And my sources say they hail from, well, Verga Island.
Don't know that.
Pagan islands, but they're filthy barbarians. Besides, nobody could compare to Lord Milo.
The final roundup's actually looking pretty diverse. We're just about ready to announce the next leg of the race.
It's a find artifact run, isn't it? At least that's the next part of competition.
And that's the bell. Thank you for waiting, ladies and gents. It's time to begin the second round of the tournament for the throne. First of all, congratulations to the 20 who have won their places on the King's Rock.
Yep.
You are now officially the winners of the first round. Let's give them a hand!
I can't go over the person with the freaking chess piece for a head. That's awesome.
Luis. Even if he does plan to take over, suppose he's still not eager to play by their rules.
No, since it is ruled of the
I
church.
haven't seen Juna this morning either.
I heard some nobles say she had a job suddenly come up. Better that the audience doesn't see her with us, anyway.
Now, at long last, we are ready to announce their next challenge. This time, The task for the candidates is
to find artifacts.
recovering and offering a divine relic!
What? A relic?
Don't worry, we're happy to explain everything. You'll not want to forget this, so we've arranged for you to hear it from an unforgettable voice. To tell us more, please welcome to the stage.
I guess this was a job she had.
Our songstress,
How the hell does she keep her hair like that? How do you... I'm just gonna guess magic.
A sudden obligation revealed, I suppose.
Yeah, makes sense.
Chosen heroes, your next destination is Altaberry Heights, the capital of the Principality of Montario. You are to gather there by the deadline, with a divine relic in hand to offer the Sanctus Church. Tragically, there are still heathens in this land who choose to reject Sanctism. They care nothing for salvation. They cling to strange idols, calling them divine relics, believing them gifts from their eldritch gods. But their rituals are unstable, and their relics just primitive magic tools. It is time we put an end to this misguided witchery. Take these relics from the pagan's grasp and bring them to the birthplace of Sanctism, Altaberry Heights, in Montario. Please deliver them to their rightful place in God's hands. May all our aspiring heroes be blessed with good fortune and the favor of God. I pray for your success.
Sounds like they just want us to steal relics from other religions, just so they can claim as their own, possibly. That's what it sounds like to me.
Got a real presence before a crowd, doesn't she? Positively plucks at your heart.
Focus, Iceland, focus.
By the deadline of the second round, Altaberry will begin the festivities for the autumnal Montario Saints' Day. This two-day event kicks off on Saints' Day Eve, with the main celebrations on the day proper. And this year's event will be historic. His Eminence, Sanctifex Forden, will be personally sealing the collection of the pagan relics. To celebrate, the songstress Juna will be dedicating a ceremonial song. You won't want to miss this, folks. Now, ladies and gentlemen, on my mark, let the second round of the tournament for the throne begin!
Okay, what kind of relic are we gonna try and find? I mean, it's one thing to find a head of a monster, and we found a head of a human, but what exactly about a relic?
Unabashedly ordering them to steal relics from pagan land now. That's plunder. They would steal our very culture.
Yeah, I think that is what the church is trying to do.
That candidate's a Mustari. Small wonder he's so aghast. Forden's stooping to a new low.
What do you mean?
By and large, the Mustari are a pagan people. Their relics are cultural touchstones, vital to their hearts and faiths. And Forden's just ordered us to loot them as we please.
Basically, yeah.
But in our case, we won't even know what we're doing until Luis gives the order.
Either way, we're bound for Altaberry. It's further east. We've a long trip ahead of us.
Oh, my shoulder hurts. I don't care if it's the Crown Theocracy. You'd think they'd ask me a little sooner than the morning of.
Still managed to put on a hell of a show for him. Lady Juna, Count Luis has sent for you. And you lot too, I suppose.
Oh, thanks, Fidelio.
Looks like our first job's come in.
Sounds like it.
These men have me running all over.
Hey, Luis.
We're back, Lord Luis.
Funny, isn't it? Since the Gladell incident, you've been inseparable from this gang.
Well, one has to keep one's chauffeur in line, don't you think?
Yeah, he's still
Heard you got a
suspicious.
gig at the Sanctus Festival. Good on you.
Thanks. Though I don't know.
I kind of like Basilio. I like him compared to Fidelio. Basilio seems fun.
Seems to me it's to keep Lord Luis in check. Putting me on stage the whole time might keep you from crashing their Saints' Day party.
And if we try anything, they'll use it as an excuse to blacklist you. Just the kind of shite you'd expect from those Sanctist stooges.
You need fear nothing. It is Forden who now stews in his dread. That he seeks the divine relics is common knowledge. But who would simply give up an idol on par with the god's reverence? He has all but commanded that we take it by force. The king's magic ruined his schemes. You humiliated him in the public eye. And in one desperate final grasp for authority, the fool has placed his fate in my hands. Forden's game will soon end. Let us at least give him the finale he deserves.
What are you planning to do?
What are you planning to do?
What? Do you need to hear it repeated? I will give Forden his death.
How? The king's magic won't let
And
you.
what of the king's magic?
Yeah.
You'll see soon enough. For now, you need only follow my orders.
Does he plan on using the same curse he used on the prince? I don't know if that'll
Your
work.
task is to obtain a certain divine relic on my behalf. The artifact in question is a lance known as drakodios.
Drakodios. Okay, it's a lance.
Drakodios. The Draco implies something to do with dragons, I presume?
We fought a dragon before. It was a small dragon, though, but still, it was back in the
Suffice to
mines.
say, the lore behind this particular relic intrigues me. You will acquire it in time for Saints' Day, and bring it to me.
Pretty high stakes, my lord. You sure you want this crop of novices on the job?
Fidelio, have some sort of
Rest
faith in us.
assured, my other agents have their own relics I've assigned them to pursue. I've no urgent need for this lance, nor for them, should they fail.
I'll go along and keep an eye on them, shall I? You can bet that if they try and run off with the relic, I'll put a stop to it.
You certainly are attached to them, aren't you?
Well, it's their first formal assignment in your service, after all. I can be your eyes and ears.
So be it then. You may act accordingly.
Fidelio doesn't like it. He doesn't trust us.
Where can we find this fancy lance?
Find your clues elsewhere. You have nothing further from me. Prove you think as well as you fight.
Well, thanks.
May we both find success in the pursuit of our shared vision.
Oh, great. You're not as helpful. Okay, so we find this lance. Well, we're back at the inn so far. The only thing we know for sure is called the Drakodios.
All right.
I guess we got no choice but go somewhere else and try and get more information. Let's go.
All right, then.
It doesn't look like we have any side quests or anything. I'm guessing I can't go to other places right now. Yep. Okay, then search for clues about the Divine Lance. What about the information broker?
That's the one from the exhibition.
He usually has information for us. Let's see if maybe he does.
I'm just incredible.
Where is he? He's not here, actually.
Hey, listen.
Okay, well, if that's not where we need to be, then...
Wonderful.
Who might know? Maybe someone who's a Mustari? It just tells me to search for clues. It doesn't really tell me a good idea of where the location is.